This is Just in Case of American Newscape, joining our friend and mentor Joyce Rockwood, sharing the path to your digestive health and overall vitality. Greetings, Joyce. Welcome back to American Newscape.
Hey, it's great to be here during this holiday season. Thanks for having me back again.
All righty. Let's get after this. Is there any proof or explanation that combining your foods in a particular way affects your digestion, and health? Health. Let's talk about that, Joyce.
Absolutely. I would use myself as an example of proof. My digestion and my immunity, my skin, my weight, they were all a mess before I learned about how to properly combine my food. I think the first thing I'd like to do is say a little bit about what food combining is for those who might be new and have not seen some previous segments. Food combining is a very systematic way of pairing your food to optimize your digestion and your overall vitality. And the principles of food combining are based mainly on two beliefs. The first is that because different foods are digested at different speeds, combining a fast digesting food with a slow digesting food can cause backup or some kind of, as we would call it in my world, a traffic jam in your digestive tract. So that's the first one. The second belief is that different foods require different enzymes to be broken down, and that these enzymes work with different pH levels of acidity in your gut, right? So the idea is that if two different types of foods or food groups require different pH levels, then the body cannot properly digest both at the same time optimally, and therefore can be negative repercussions. So, proponents of food combining like myself believe that these principles are really essential to proper health, proper digestion, and proper detoxification. So that's the first thing I just want to say. And in terms of, any proof that this stuff works, I would definitely say, look, I could share all of the science until you're every color of the rainbow in the face. And I'll be glad to do a little bit of that as I just did, because, there is science that backs up how the body digests foods, as I just shared. But the truth is, I think you can use yourself as the best example for this, right? So maybe there are some things that you want to try over the next few days after you watch this segment and see if they make a difference for you. And I mean, that's what worked for me when I first got into this work. And I left my advertising career to pursue my career in health because food combining and learning about proper detoxification had such a huge effect on my weight loss, my immunity, my skin. I had all these issues with hives and breakouts and things of that nature. And once I incorporated that, it was literally like the missing link, the magic wand that I was seeking for almost the better part of a decade, as I was struggling with all of these other health issues for so long. So that's the first piece about, how does food combining, like what is food combining, right? So any proof or explanation that putting foods in a particular order affects our digestion? Absolutely. You could try eating a breakfast of bacon and eggs and apples and see how you feel one morning. And then maybe the next morning, just eat some overnight oats. See if you feel different, right? If you
Let's,
don't, then yeah.
well,
What are you gonna
this is what's encouraging. Think of the people that have spent weeks in pursuing faulty diet plans.
hmm
The latest fad, the latest rage, only to learn that it wasn't effective for them. So in
hmm
2 weeks, 3 weeks, they determined that that diet was a failure for them. And you're not asking that. You're just saying, hey, give me a day, give me 2 days, see how you feel. Check back with yourself.
Give yourself a day.
Yeah.
Like, you're not giving anything to me here. My digestive system's on point because I'm food combining. Your digestive system might love a little bit of love. It might love a little bit of an opportunity to experience something new and different and see if that makes a difference for you. And look, I remember back in the day going an entire week, or maybe even 2 weeks. I said, I'm not going to eat pizza at lunch because I learned that combining refined flour and acidic foods like tomato sauce and the cheese, the fats of the cheese, all of that stuff together, and it was just a big train wreck in my gut. And I was like, I'm not going to eat that for a week. Let's see what happens. Well, when I brought it back in and I brought it back in at lunch, it was a nightmare. I felt exhausted. I felt bloated. I felt gassy. I felt super phlegmy in the throat immediately after eating it. And I was my own example. I was my own litmus test for that, right? So I would say, don't take what I'm saying at face value. It's like, try it. Try something a little different and see how you feel.
Okay, this is actually very, very, very encouraging. So the first step for someone who wants to start some basic digestive detox protocols, including food combining, would be,
Yeah, very simple. I mean, the very first thing I would say to anyone listening is just try eating fruit alone. Most people don't, in the beginning stages, feel satisfied enough by eating fruit in the morning as a breakfast. But if you are someone who is a little bit more advanced in your nutrition and detoxification, then try that. Try eating fruit alone in the morning on an empty stomach and waiting at least, a couple of hours until you might eat anything else. Ideally, in my world with my clients, fruit is the breakfast and that's it. And then they sail on till lunch, right? So eating that fruit alone is going to optimize your digestion because most people are miscombining fruit all over the place throughout the day. It's fermenting on top of other meals and creating all of this gas and fermentation. So that would be the first thing. And then the second thing I could say to someone listening would be, separate your starches, your carbohydrates, which would be, breads, rices, grains, pastas, things of that nature, potatoes. Separate those starchy carbohydrate foods from your proteins. If you're someone who is always mixing them together and you start separating them, boy, are you going to notice a difference. And if you don't, you should email me stat because that means there are bigger issues going on, right? So those would be just two very simple things that you could do.
so my hamburger would be between cabbage leaves, correct?
Exactly. I love how inventive you're being already, right? And there are other ways to incorporate some changes. But yes, you could definitely do it between some Napa cabbage or some other form of a non-starchy wrap.
Okay. Okay. I this is encouraging. I think people this is where you can really help us. We're going to put as many links and resources in the read more of this video for people that want to investigate it. Imagine the opportunity to spend 3 days trying this and coming back and telling Joyce and I that we're nuts. W-
And let me
We
just say, go ahead. Yeah.
go ahead. No, no, we accept that challenge.
Yeah, accept that challenge. And, 3 days is definitely enough to experience some shifting. Definitely. Some people experience it in one day, depending on how connected you are and how intuitive you are and how feeling you are inside your own body. I'll just say, sometimes people ask me, what are some of the common issues people might be experiencing when they're not combining their foods properly, right? So improper combination leads to poor digestion and negative health consequences, without a doubt. Right? The production of excess toxins in your body, gas and bloating, back pain, brain fog. Those might not seem like life-threatening issues, but when they go on and on for a long period of time and they become chronic, then you have more serious and life-threatening conditions come into play, such as IBS and Crohn's, mental health disease, because your gut and your brain are completely connected, as we've talked about in other segments, autoimmune disease, asthma, and even cardiovascular disease. So, I don't take this stuff lightly. If someone is dealing with some things that might not seem life-threatening, we always want to begin addressing the issue at the root cause as soon as possible, because what is the sense in waiting till these things become more alarming or life-threatening to start working with them then? The longer we prolong taking care of our health, the more costly it becomes to repair it. So the sooner you get started, the sooner you can get results, and then you don't have to wait until there's, red alarms going off to start paying attention to your body.
Well, you mentioned mental health, and that's a reality. I mean, if you're going through your day bloated, gassy, not feeling well with no energy, it's slowly going to have an effect on your mental health, if not immediately. Imagine just
Absolutely.
feeling better. Imagine just having more energy. How cool would that?
Happiness.
Yeah, cool. That would be cool. And we're all striving for that. More energy. More energy. More
more
clarity and
energy, and
thought.
yeah, and just like who doesn't want to be happy on a regular basis? I think everyone deserves that.
Right. Okay. What would be next for someone who is seeking more personalized service, guided support with their digestive issues with you?
Great question. And I would love to support anyone here. I mean, I'm reviewing applications right now for my next essential oils group study. So we're open for applications. If you're watching this, then you can apply. We've got a link below so you can get connected to me. This is a no cost, week-long program where you get some free coaching using customized essential oils. You can join our digestive study specifically if that's what you're watching this particular segment for. And you'll get science-backed education, private coaching through me within a Facebook group, and a low commitment of just about 15 minutes a day. I mean, wow, if you could dedicate 15 to 20 minutes a day for your health in a week, imagine what's possible with using, the purest and the most potent essential oils on the planet. And they're safe and easy and super effective. And the group is designed to show you how easy they are to implement into your everyday life for the most amazing health transformation. And look, we're not guaranteeing that's going to happen in 7 days for everyone. For some people, there's a big shift. But the truth is, if you can commit yourself to yourself for 7 days, then you can start to feel the difference, and then you can move forward from there if you so choose. So right below this segment, we've got a link for you for that application. You can click on that and fill it out, and I'll be in touch with you for next steps.
Wow. And, just my personal experience, 48 hours into using essential oils to better my sleep, they immediately started helping my sinus issues.
Yeah.
Getting rid of nasal
Yeah.
drip at night, and that alone had me waking up with more energy in the morning. So
Yeah.
everybody, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. I hope your holiday season continues to be well. This has been Justin Case and Joyce Rockwood getting after the power of food combining. Thanks for joining us. Remember, free gifts, additional information, and links are provided in this video's Read More. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected, and please connect with Joyce in the links below so you can learn some healthy revelations in how not to go bananas. Ladies and gentlemen, Joyce Rockwood.
Yeah, so for anyone who's curious to learn more about food combining and optimizing your digestion, I often find that people are also looking to release some excess weight. If that's you, you can go to the archives here on American Newscape and check out a previous segment that I've done on releasing weight and food combining. You can also go to my website, joycerockwood.com, and click on the contact tab to get in touch with me. And I look forward to supporting you and helping you learn more about how to heal your body naturally from the inside out.